Hello, good morning. Weather is beautiful. And I've brought the fluff. Look at that little thing. It's a bit cute, isn't it? But it does make a difference. Few people last week did say, I heard you well. These beautiful, dulcet, scoutish tones. So it does work. Mother's Day is coming up on the 30th of March. Not a huge fan of Mother's and Father's Day. I think it was just sort of banged into your head when you were kids about having to do stuff for your mum and your dad. And I think as generations have gone on I feel traditions are changing a little bit. I don't think when it's just me celebrating Mother's Day, would I make it a big thing? I'd rather just like let's go. I don't know, surfing or something. Let's just go and celebrate that. I don't think we need a day to celebrate. In fact, I have come up with a plan very quickly. Leave me on my own. That is a great mother. Just leave me on my own, or go out. Leave me on my own. In fact, let me go out. I just walk on my own, do my own thing. There's nothing in my ear. Mother's Day, be on your own for the day. That's what it should be called. Don't expect anything. No thinking. Don't write lists. No, none of that. Just Mother's Day on your own day. That's what it should be called going forward. Let's change it. That'll be a great idea. But it is on the 30th of 3rd. So it is not far away. Keep your eye on our socials and our website, and I will be sharing all of our lovely local businesses that will be offering Mother's Day loveliness, like Dumichel chocolates, for example, just using him, or breakfast or whatever. So I will be sharing that. It was lovely to celebrate Independent Women's Day on Saturday, which was midweek, but you can't change the dates. It's always been, I don't know, I still think we've got a long way to go. I'm a massive advocate for pushing it because we still need our voices heard, and the gap is huge still. I think I read something the other day that if on average a man would go away with £200,000 pension, a woman would go around back with 97,000. There's still a huge gap that needs changing. And also, I thought that when I was mansplained today, never a good idea to mansplain to anyone, especially a woman who's in her 50s. Don't do it. It's dangerous. Anywho, I am booked in for a bottomless brunch at Isgara. So if you've not done that yet, I've heard really good things about it since people have been going, which is great. And I'm looking forward to going at the end of March. But if you haven't been yet, do book on. It's about an hour and a half. The food choices look amazing. The drink choices look amazing. So it's not just an orange cocktail and a Prosecco, which is generally the reasons I steer away from such things. But this has got a really good list of food and drink, and people that have had good reports about it. So do book on with your friends and family. And there's also a resident DJ for an hour and a half. So that looks good. Looking forward to that. Will Wednesday with Thornton Jones on a Wednesday. They have their socials up about making your will. I know it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it's definitely something that I sort of keep thinking about doing and then not doing. So I will be getting in touch with Thornton Jones talking about our will. I think when you get to 50, you question things a little bit about your longevity, and you question things about, oh, actually, can I make sure things are in order? So I bought myself and my husband a book that says, sorry, I'm dead now. It's all on you. You have to have a sense of humour about it. But in there, it's actually really good because I like organisation. So it gives everything down what you would want. It shows you where your will is, if you've got one, if you've got any power of attorney, what you would like, where things are, passwords. Think about things like that. I mean, do I know my husband's passwords? Should I need to close things down? No. Does he know mine? Not at all. So it's just things like that. It's just something to think about, I think, when you get to this age. So Will Wednesdays, also legal advice with Ice and Harrison tonight from 3:30 in their Main Street office. At 9:30, if you missed it this morning, Clo Coffee, CLO, were on, and they are on every Wednesday morning with their lovely team, with Dave, Tom, Nick, and Linda. So if you've missed it, you can catch up. But it's a bit of fun, a few questions, a few articles that you can have a chat about, and it's quite nice. And you can have your say. So if you're about on a 9:30 on a Wednesday morning, go along. As well as going out on Saturday myself, which was lovely, because the weather was beautiful, and it just makes people just want to do things. It's like, yay, I could go and have a drink at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because the sun says so. So we did pop into the Spoons just for one, and I haven't been in there. I haven't been there since the sort of beginning of December. It's not something I pop into a lot, but it's just okay. And a lot of people, I remember when Spoons came along, were a bit like, "Oh no, not in my backyard. Oh no, I'm not having with Spoons. It just brings a riffraff." And I was very much, actually, I think it's a benefit to the high streets because it brings people in from everywhere of all different ages, and it gets people to sort of spend more money on the high street. And then all the bars were chockers. So when we'd had, we might have had 2 beers actually. And then it was just so busy because the weather was lovely. And then we walked down to the Podget because they had a fabulous sort of blues band on. Now, I shared this last week with you, and I just wish that that information that I shared and read went into my head properly. So I went about 9 o'clock, thinking we had another hour of beautiful music by the blues band. And they actually started at 7 and we're finishing at 9. So we made it for 2 songs. I was so annoyed with myself. Because you just think in my head, I don't know, it's like most bands 8 till 10. I mean, to be fair to these guys, they were of an age, so perhaps 7 till 9 was better for them. So we missed out, but the 2 songs I saw were brilliant. And it's so nice, actually, just to be able to walk to a pub, listen to some live music, have a beer or two, and then walk home. And that's a lovely thing about Garforth because it has got that at different corners. You can walk to a drinking establishment or have something to eat and walk home afterwards. And it's always easy to walk home when you've had a few beers. I mean, it might take longer, but it's easier. Obviously, Feastival is happening this year. We are Feastival getting ready behind the scenes, and information will be released soon. But it is happening, so July somewhere we'll let you know. Last week we introduced another member called Marquis Insurance Broker. They are a returning member, and they're great. Mark and Jenny and the team. They're a really good insurance company and brilliant for small business owners. So I'm just going to go look at the website for them, Marquis Insurance Brokers. And they cover things like hospitality, retail, tradespeople, charity, IT, property developers, stuff like that. Things that perhaps small businesses are not sure whether they can get cover, or small businesses that already have cover have a renew coming up, and actually, do they need what they've got? So it's worth a chat with Mark, and he's our returning member. Also coming up, we're just adding them on this week, is Garforth Karate Club, which takes place in Green Lane Primary Academy and over at Kippax Brigshaw School as well. And Remi, who runs that, is, wow, to have him in Garforth, who's a Dan 3, and if you know about karate, he's way up there, and also was part of the Tokyo team for the Olympics. So to have him teaching karate is brilliant, and I think we should feel very, very lucky. I'll put all the details up. By the end of this week, they'll all be up and running, and we'll be able to shout about them. Obviously, we can't go away without talking about the lovely Giggle Fibre, which is just dominating the headlines in Garforth at the minute. So much so, somebody thought it'd be really funny because they were sick and tired of hearing about people getting annoyed about it. You know, something that's really horrible outside your house that nobody asked for. How dare they have an opinion? And how dare they talk about it? And then conversations make noises to try and make the company feel not wanted. We don't want you. And then somebody then goes and tries to have some satirical humour, then putting creating their own Facebook page, a humorous Facebook page about other people being annoyed. I just don't do a lot about Facebook. Anywho, obviously, I'm here on the grapevine that people are trying to do things to stop or delay things happening. We're not going to get anywhere near stopping these horrible telegraph poles and cables going up. The only thing you can do is say no to any provider where they are not putting them underground, and that is the only power that you're going to have. So the worst case scenario is we'll have ugly telegraph poles. You can decorate them when they're not being used. This is my plan. You know, get sort of Garforth nits around there, put some nits around, put some potential, I don't know, bird boxes, use them for Christmas lights. Worst case scenario, just telegraph poles. Do not sign up to any fibre company because they could potentially use it for somebody else if they're not underground. Have a beautiful day.